I started work here in 1981, so I have been here 39 years. I actually started with the beginning of the Legacy LCAC Hovercraft Award. So this has been a tremendous career arc in that I've been able to watch the original LCAC go through its design, construction, and then transition to a full rate of production, and then transition through other programs, and then work through the proposal effort to see the startup of the second generation hovercraft for the U.S. Navy.
There's been a lot of lessons learned, a lot of improvements, and a lot of growing pains, but we've made it. It's been a long time coming.
A lot of things have changed between LCAC, current LCAC, and the SSC. Even from 100 and 101, a lot of things have changed. So as those changes get put into play, the LCACs get better and more reliable, and we can get them and fly them better.
The ship-to-shore connector provides a very unique method of transporting equipment from sea to land, and it's one of the only products that I know of that's capable of doing that.
In any amphibious operation, or really any operation that's sustained, you have to have the logistic support to take care of the soldiers, the Marines, the Navy that are on the beach. And so it's really all about logistics. And the way I think of it is our mission is we own the last mile. It's our job to ensure that the supplies that are needed to support amphibious landing are there, and they're there on time.
I was in the Navy before I came to Textron. I flew the hovercraft, the LCACs, for the Navy. I saw the importance of them there, and we need to keep that importance. And the LCACs are getting old. They're 30, 40 years old. It's time for a new boat.
I think the proudest thing that I am of SSC right now is getting these two crafts out. It's been a long and perilous journey with both of these crafts, testing them.
I'm proud that we were able to develop a team of people to design, build, and test a craft of this complexity. It's the hardest thing that I've ever worked on in my career, and I'm proud that we were able to develop a team to successfully deliver this craft to the Navy.
The machine is great in 1,000 ways. It's the most incredible thing that I've ever worked on. What's more incredible are the people that have worked on it. That's what's gotten us here. That's what's gotten us the success that we've had.
I'm notoriously saying that's my boat, that's my boat. So I'm sad because I'm losing it, but glad that it's moving on to more testing from the government and moving on to bigger and better things. It's just going to improve the program. The more testing it gets, the more it's going to improve.
Flyaway was just like any other time that I've seen the craft come up on cushion. It gives me goosebumps every single time. The craft just have such an intimidating presence. They're powerful, they're loud, they're large, they're just cool, right? So it was a reminder that at Textron Systems we build cool stuff, and I'm proud to be part of that.
So watching the craft leave to go to Panama City was a sense of accomplishment. Definitely felt great that we were able to get the first two craft completed and tested and sent to the customer, and also just grateful to be a part of a project like this to support our troops.
We were excited all day. So we tracked them all the way to Panama City, and at about 4 o'clock I got word that they were down in Panama City at the shipyard, and all mission capable, everyone safe, and product delivered. It was incredible.
The day of the flyaway was incredible. I'm sure that it's cliche to say it feels like your kid's going out into the world, but when you spend 8 years bringing something from the ground up, fighting through the design, fighting through the build, and fighting through the test, it seemed like every kind of adversity happened to us in those processes. It's incredible to actually watch the operating units go out into the field to their home where they're going to continue the mission.
I had mixed emotions. So at first I was kind of relieved. There was a lot of pressure internally to get these craft delivered, as well as our customer needed the craft. So there was a lot of pressure from the Navy as well. So I was relieved that we were finally able to successfully deliver these craft.
That day of the boats leaving was a relief from everybody out here. That was my first time seeing something of that magnitude being done. So I think it was divine, seeing something like that, everybody come together for one cause. Just kind of everybody getting their differences out the way and just being focused on one agenda. So that was cool to see.
It was great being on the craft when both boats flew away for the transit to Panama City. I was on LCAC 100. It was a great morning for that. Both boats came up on cushion with no problem. They backed down the ramp easily, and then they flew to Panama City in tandem. They really flew to Panama City flawlessly. We've got to Pensacola, and we had to fuel up right there. Then we went on from Pensacola to Panama City. It was quite exhilarating. It was great coming up the ramp. There was another huge crowd in Panama City watching us come up the ramp. I was very proud of the boats that day and very proud to be on the program.
So my role on the flight was to monitor C4N, make sure nothing went wrong, and luckily nothing went wrong. So it was a pretty easy flight for me. When we went on flight, it felt great. It was pretty fulfilling to see it actually be delivered to the Navy. There's a lot of hard work that went into that, and it's good to see it finally come to fruition.
For the flyaway, I drove over to Pensacola and took my boat out so I could witness the boat come in from out of the Gulf, drive into the Navy base at Pensacola, refuel both boats, and then return and fly out. So it was unlike watching it disappear into the horizon, I was sitting on the other end watching it come over the horizon. Coming into Pensacola, it was a tremendous sense of pride. After going through all the tests and trials here, seeing the boat come in, it was very professionally operated, very purposefully, flew into the base, got its fuel, came out. Everything was like there was no hesitation, no dilly-dallying around. It just looked like a very professional operation to watch it. It really it was tremendous to see this thing not doing little test and trials in the lake, but coming across the open Gulf, going into a Navy base and leaving. That was another tremendous feeling.
I am very, very proud of my test team. We have a good mix of experienced personnel who have been here just about as long as me, as well as some new guys, electricians, technicians. I'm very proud of the team. They put in the time and work the overtime, nights, weekends to meet our commitments, both from a quality point of view, schedule point of view, to get that boat to whatever the next test is, to get it to trials, to meet schedule constraints. I'm very proud of my team, and they put in the effort to get there.
I'm most proud of all the hard work put in by Test and everybody getting the boat kind of groomed and ready. A lot of long hours to get the boats out into Panama City.
So next up, it's all about supporting the customer as they take delivery of these craft. We get to stand shoulder to shoulder with them as they fly these for the very first time. So we get to hear some of their feedback. We get to take some of that feedback back here to the shipyard and then incorporate that into the craft so that we make the product even better. So standing side by side with them is what I'm looking forward to next.
The work that we do here is critical to the fleet, to the Marine Corps, to the Navy. And, I think as this paradigm shifts and it's no longer design and development, it's more about the production line, working the craft down the line, getting them out to test, the test team completing the process and flying them away to Panama City. I think that's really what I'm looking forward to is just seeing more ship-to-shore connectors leave the ramp here and head to Panama City with the Navy crew embarked.